All right, I want to apologize. I originally put on Google Chrome and on the web page that your homework yesterday was to relook at the new video reviewing how to find area and perimeter of polygons. But it come to find out, yesterday afternoon there was so much activity on YouTube, I couldn't record or send you the videos. So I'm doing it today. And we'll be a day behind if you couldn't figure it out from the other videos. But that's okay. Time is irrelevant now. We just do the best that we can. All right? With things like the, YouTube cluttering up and I can't send you the videos, I just can't do it. All right? And if you don't get it, you just can't do it. So we'll just do the best we can. I have to say, I was real surprised that you were doing so poorly on the IXL assigned topics with area and perimeter, because personally I think that area and perimeter are extremely easy to do. All you have to do first of all is know the formula. Second of all, replace the variable as value. And finally, make sure you use the order of operations in working it out. And again, out of those three things, the most difficult thing is knowing the formula. And I sent you on Google Classroom, I sent you a copy of all the formulas you're going to need to know. And you are going to have to learn those. But for now, you can refer to them when you go to work something out. So I'm going to take all the different types of polygons that they're asking you to find perimeter and area for, and I'm going to show you real quickly how to do it. Starting with a square. If I had a square and I said the sides were 5 centimeters, then perimeter of a square is 4 times the length of the side. Replace the length of the side with 5 centimeters. 4 times 5 is 20, and your answer is 20 centimeters. Once again, use the formula, replace the variable with its value, and get the answer. It's that simple if you know the formula. And the formula is on that sheet. Now, area of a square is equal to the side to the second power. Once again, replace the length of the side with 5 centimeters and square it. That means 5 times 5 is 25, and centimeters times centimeters is centimeters squared. Or if you prefer, square centimeters. Remember, area is always a square measurement. Maybe that's why you're messing up on IXL, because if you're putting 25 centimeters and not 25 square centimeters, then you would get it wrong, okay? Because area is a square measurement. But once again, you use the formula, replace the variable as value, and you work it out. The next thing we'll talk about is a rectangle. Again, if I had a rectangle and it was 8 inches long and 3 inches wide, it'd be nice if I could draw a rectangle. All right, then the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to 2 times the sum of the length plus the width. By the way, you can use 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. I think this one is better. Either one, it's up to you. But anyway, replace the length with 8 inches and replace the width with 3 inches. And then use the order of operation to work it out. Do parentheses first. 8 plus 3 is 11 inches. And 2 times 11 is 22 inches. And again, take the formula, replace the variable as value, use the order of operations, work it out. And perimeter is a straight measure, not a square measurement. Now the area of a rectangle, the formula is length times width. Replace the length with 8 inches, replace the width with 3 inches, work it out. 8 times 3 is 24, and inches times inches is inches squared. Or again, I'm not sure what IXL asks you, but maybe you have to put 24 SQIN. And again, if it's because you're not putting the right unit of measurement, that's pretty easy to correct. And you should have seen that when you got some wrong. But this was one of the IXL assignments, was on squares and rectangles. And again, this is how you would find the perimeter and area of a rectangle, and I did the square a minute ago. Now let's go to the other ones that we did not do at school, starting with a parallelogram. And again, in a parallelogram, say this was, I don't know, 6 meters, and this was 4 meters, and this was 3 meters. First of all, to find the perimeter of a parallelogram, it's side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. And you might look at this picture and say, well, Mr. Dew, you gave me only 3 sides. No, I gave you only 2 sides. This is not even a side. This dotted line means that's imaginary. And that's your height, not part of the perimeter at all. You don't use it for perimeter at all. By the way, if you replace opposite sides of a parallelogram congruent, so if you replace this side with 4 meters and this side with 6 meters, then you can go side 1 is 6 meters, side 2 is 4 meters, side 3 is 6 meters, and side 4 is 4 meters. By the way, you say, well, how do you know which one is side 1 and side 2? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. You just pick the 4 sides, make sure you have all 4. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 6 is 16, plus 4 is 20. And your answer is 20 meters. Once again, write the formula, replace the variable with value, work it out and get the answer. But the important thing here is the sides are 4, and this is nothing, not part of it at all. That's the height. You don't even use it there. And you might say, well, then why did you give it to me? Because the area of a parallelogram, is equal to base times height. So the base is the bottom, so that would be 6 meters, and the height is that imaginary line from the top straight down, which is 3 meters. And 6 times 3 is 18, meters times meters is meters squared. And once again, your answer is always in square meters. And again, that's, excuse me, how do you find the perimeter area of a parallelogram? The next one would be a triangle. And by the way, I'm going to do like maybe the kind of triangle that causes people the most trouble, and that would be a triangle that would look something like this. By the way, I hope you know that this is an obtuse triangle because it has that obtuse angle in it. But again, you would be given the 3 sides, like this could be something like 13 feet, this could be like 9 feet, and maybe 7 feet. And then you'd also have this little dotted line here that might confuse you. This little dotted line here is the height. Say it's 4 feet. Okay? In ratio, maybe 6 feet. And again, in all of these figures, the dotted line has nothing to do at all, okay, with your answer as far as perimeter goes, because this is imaginary. And it has to do with your answer when you talk about area. So perimeter of a triangle would be side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. That would be 13 feet plus 9 feet plus 7 feet. And again, please notice the 6 feet is not part of the perimeter. It's not even part of a triangle. It's imaginary. That's why it's a dotted line. It's imaginary. So 13 plus 9 is 22, plus 7 is 29 feet. Still, formula, replace the variable